Hello, you two. Welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Shows. I am your host, Khan. Also with me, as always, my partner in crime, Mr. Two Beers.
Hey, yo, how's it going?
Hey, Mr. Two Beers. Well, I kind of wanted to do this video a little earlier, but life happens. But
Tell me about it.
it looks like we got a little bit of an update from Bleeding Edge last week, man. Looks like we got that new character. Real quickly, I'll show it right here on their Twitter. We woke up to this on July 16th. It says, introducing Azrael, our new melee support character. Learn more about his unique abilities here, which of course is a short link to their website, which we'll go into. And interestingly enough, at the bottom, Xbox says, we thought we heard a choir of angels singing this morning. Before we go into abilities, just looking at the character himself, what do you think? How do you feel about the design of the character itself before we look and do deep dives into abilities?
First of all, I want to say that we willed this character into existence, all of us that wanted something new and a new character. So thank you, whole community. We did it. Props to us. I have to say that I am pleasantly pleased because I had nothing in my mind that looked like this whatsoever. I had tons of character designs that in my head of what it could possibly look like. And then when I saw this, I was like, that's different. I'm like, okay, but I'm digging. So I'm happy that they actually surprised me design wise, what they came up with.
Yeah, I'm happy too. We were right and we were wrong, right? And we'll go a little bit more into it, especially when we look at the abilities. I was clearly wrong. At first I was like, oh, maybe it's a spider. Maybe it's a spider. Legs coming out. I'm glad it wasn't a spider, right?
Same.
So he's very gorgeous. Too gorgeous for a spider. But as we found out later, when we saw the hint of the newspaper that said angel has been spotted, and we were like, at the end of the first video, like, oh, it's an angel. Duh. This now makes more sense. I love the design of the character. I think he looks amazing. I think he looks awesome. And I like the cybernetics, which is interesting. I'm noticing a lot of characters have one fully cybernetic arm, which is interesting. A lot of the characters are built that way. But I like the design. And the abilities are going to be pretty interesting. So let's pause for a second and let's take a look at the abilities real quick. So here we are at the Bleeding Edge webpage, and we get to look at the ability. We can see the character right there with the halo over top of his head. It is interesting they chose the name Azrael. It's very fascinating. You do know who Azrael is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting. What's that?
I said, do you want to give people listening?
Okay. Of course. We here at the KNOE, which stands for Know Nothing Opinion on Everything, we do our due diligence by at least looking at a Wikipedia page at the minimum,
Fantastic.
But no, Azrael is known as the Angel of Death, right? So when a lot of people look at Grim Reapers and things of that, that's basically Azrael. He is the he is basically the Angel of Death, which is kind of interesting, seeing that he's a support character. So without further ado, let's scroll down a little bit and let's look at Azrael's abilities. So first thing, he has his wing spur, right? Slice and stab enemies with bladed wings. Each hit applies the stack of Soul Eater. And Soul Eater is his passive, and we'll look at that real quick. Each wing attack applies the stack of Soul Eater to the target, dealing damage over time and healing Azrael. Maximum of 5 stacks per enemy. So off the bat, before we go into his other abilities, what do you think about him being 1 melee and 2 him having this passive Soul Eater?
I like it.
Okay.
I know you're expecting to hear more, but I just like it.
No, that's fine.
I'm waiting to see how they animate his wing stabs, because I'm curious in that as well. Like, is he actually gonna be running on foot, or is he gonna be hovering the whole time? And then we're just gonna see the blades like come out from behind his wings come out from his behind his shoulders and stab people. Like, I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm thinking that you're probably going to see almost which we talked about in the first video, Doc Ock. That was one of the ideas we thought it was going to go to. But yeah, Doc Ock. I'm guessing we're going to have something similar to that, where they come out and they pincer, they come out forward and do attack. But it's interesting that he's melee. It makes sense, right? We have 2 range, and now we have 2 melee support characters, right? Our 2 range being Zirkul and Kulev, and now we have Mika and now Azrael as our melee. So it's very interesting. I like the passive, which is interesting one of the things we always talk about is how every character is different, right? Every character has a different play mechanic, and when I look at like somebody like Mika, right? She's an attack. Basically, a character without the attack damage, she doesn't hit as hard. But the fact that she has like 3 stamina bars, so where most characters have like 2, I believe she has 3. Do most characters have 3? Now I'm starting to think about it, man. I'm overthinking.
No,
Right? They have 2.
Most have 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know she has 3, which allows her to roll and get away multiple times, which is annoying, her escapability. But her, the way she works, like she's self-healing, self-resilient, where this character, which we'll find out, looks like he has to attack to better his abilities, which we'll look into. So before we go into it, let's go into his other basic abilities. He has evade, dodge out of harm's way. It costs stamina, so like most characters, he has like some type of roll or evade dash, character ability. He has parry, which a lot of characters have outside of Makuta, and then he has glide, which is interesting. And this is where I give you credit. I give you credit on this one, right? So glide. So when we first discussed it, you were talking about flying abilities. We were both kind of right on this, right? I said that you can't have him flying all the time because it would be too overpowering, right? To melee people, right? But glide is interesting. So I'm guessing from the way it sounds, I don't know if he can. I'm guessing it's similar to Mecho's. To me, I think B move, because that's the button I hit. But his ability where he does that long dash, which allows him to float in the air, I'm guessing it's closer to that ability, right? So you jump up and then you glide, or you jump off of a high area and you glide. I don't think
that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's like you glide and just shoot up in the air and fly. I don't think it's to that extent, because hence it's called glide, not fly. But yeah, definitely is something where you're at the top and you just, you swoop away, which will be pretty interesting, right? When you want to get away. So, like, think about characters like Cass, for instance, right? She doesn't have a glide per se, but her corkscrew works like a glide. So a lot of times you could jump away and then glide or send yourself in a different direction. He gets it, but it uses his stamina ability as opposed to being an actual ability. So right now, I'm wondering how versatile he's going to be in terms of movement. I'm really curious how good Glide's going to be. But let's go into the next ability. And I'm going to laugh because, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. I remember it might have been Chaos the Gamer. It might have been, I think it was Chaos Gamer, where we were talking about character designs, and one of the things Chaos brought up was he can't stand if this character turns out to be an Overwatch character. So I'm laughing because, when you see the wings, what's the first thing you think of? Mercy, right?
Mercy.
Of course. Right? And he has Guardian Angel, which is his second ability, so you think Mercy. But then he has Portal, which is, of course, the ability of, what's the Indian woman's name in Overwatch with the multiple arms, similar to Shiva? I can't remember her name.
It's not Samara, is it?
Yeah, it might be Samara. I haven't played Overwatch in it forever, folks, so I apologize.
Same here.
And old man brain. But he has Portal. So let's go over his abilities, which is interesting. He has Portal. Spawn a pair of portals that Azrael and his teammates can travel through. So I'm wondering if it works like her ability, where you could put one in the beginning, where you start and you run over to another section, you drop the other portal, and people could begin going back and forth through that portal. And I'm curious to see how long the portals last. What do you think about portal? Same? Okay.
Same, because I was like saying that's a game changer right there. Like
yeah.
Especially if you got bad teammates who like leave you high and dry. At least you got like and you don't. And let's be honest, even with your evades, like if you got like 4 other people coming after you, it's very hard to get away. Yeah. So like just knowing you have that portal there to like get yourself back to the home base and heal back up, that's very nice.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought. I got some other.
I was gonna say I'm thinking that it's probably gonna be limited to like 3 or 4 jumps or something like that, if that.
So you think it's not going to be a time based? You're thinking it's going to be based on usage.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that would be interesting. I'm looking at Portal and I'm thinking, man, this ability could be broken in a lot of ways. Thinking about think about it, where you have a portal basically right outside the base near one of the spawn spots or objective, or even if you go between 2 objectives. If there's 2 objectives and you put a portal between both of them, so you can consistently keep capturing 2 objectives when all 3 are popped off, and you're just instantly there, where one team has to run all the way across the field to get to objective A or C, and you're keeping both A and C steady because you can instantly jump through portals with teams. Yeah, I'm afraid of Portal. I'm very curious. To your question about it being a single use, we have yet to see ability that's like single use. So I'm guessing Portal is going to be a timed ability, and there's going to probably be some kind of mod for it that allows it to
stay open longer if it's time.
Yeah. You have to extend it. So that's what I'm guessing. And his second ability is Guardian Angel. The nominated ally is continuously healed as long as they are in range. Healing is improved by 2.5% per active Soul Eater stack. Wow. So basically you heal up to 15.5%?
Mm-hmm.
So doing the math, because you can have a maximum of 5 stacks. So it's like, well, no, it wouldn't be that. It would be 12.5. Come on, Con, you do numbers for a living. Don't let your boss hear you say that. But anyway, so it's not bad. You can heal, and he seems like one of those characters where you're going to have to hit a lot of people and hit multiple people multiple times and get away, which is very, very interesting. I don't think he's going to be a focus if you want to do the heal. I'm wondering if it's like you just choose a character, or if it's a tether like Zero Cool, right? Where you have to put that tether beam on somebody and you're forever linked and they're forever healed. But that's very interesting.
That is.
And if it's not a tether, if it's just looking at a person and you could just do the normal, selection of characters, and it's continuous healing. Think about it compared to Zero Cool, where Zero Cool's healing degrades after a certain amount of time. So if you put on somebody, you keep it on for, let's say, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, it starts to degrade after a certain amount of time. Where his only degrades based on stacks. So as long as you're physically hitting somebody and you're in fights, that person just stays up.
Yeah. That makes me even feel more like that it's a tether.
Yeah, you think it's going to be a tether? Yeah. Yeah, because you have to somehow figure out. I'm guessing they're going to put probably like a halo over somebody's head, maybe, to let you know that they're the ones who are getting that effect. But yeah, dude, that could be scary. That could be scary. Yeah, because you're thinking, all right, 12.5. There's probably a mod that'll increase it by like 10%, 15%, right? And then as long as you're hitting multiple characters multiple times, dude, he's getting stacks for each of those characters with Soul Eater.
Yeah, and imagine if you're tethered to a tank. Yeah, it's that's
Oh
going to be a
man.
monstrous combination right there.
Yeah. I think the one thing though we do have to so keep in mind he himself so let me see. So each stack of Soul Eater to the target dealing damage over time and healing Azrael. So he heals himself based off of this. So he heals himself and somebody else. Wow. His life can't be too high. I'm
That's what I'm thinking
wondering.
as well.
Is he going
He's
to be
got to
like a
be like
five
squishy as
hundred
all get
six
out.
hundred life? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. He can't be too high, right? Because, dude, that's going to be crazy. Because, I mean, if the healing is not, we don't know how much he's going to heal from it. But imagine, he's just literally hitting you, constantly putting stacks on, you're hitting him, and he's just healing off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, his damage output has to be low. It has to be. And his heal can't be, on himself can't be that good. Or else, he's like, he can't be a support that's a 1v1 monster. That's what I'm basically saying, right?
Or he's gonna come into the game with people already calling for his nerf from day one.
I mean, Mika is bad enough. I know I keep bringing up Mika, but people don't realize she's a goddess. But anyway, we'll go to his one ability, which is an actual ability that actually does damage, and that's Void Wave. Send out a wave of void energy that can penetrate walls and return to Azrael. Damages enemies and applies Soul Eater. Enemies hit on return are also slowed. So it does damage, it slows them, and it goes through wall. And it can hit multiple enemies. So this, once again, remember what I was talking about with Guardian Angel, how he has to hit multiple characters? Void Wave that's it, man. You put all your stuff into Void Wave in terms of mods, whether you can reduce the cooldown range, whatever you want to extend the range of it, whatever you want, and you just consistently hit, fly away, and then throw out a Void Wave to keep those stacks going. And yeah, rinse and repeat. And you're keeping your guy up. What do you think about Void Wave?
It's nasty.
Yeah.
Like if it's like it sounds like, I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that you can use it in, and especially imagine something like if you actually throw it out in a strategic way, like one of those scenes when you're being chased around the corner.
Yeah.
Like so it's gonna hit if there's like maybe like 2 or 3 people chasing you, it's gonna hit one of those two or one of those or 2 of those people who are still like around the wall. And when it's coming back, it may hit the person that's right directly up on you.
Yeah.
That is so damn cool.
And because of the return, I'm wondering, is there a possible 2 stacks per hit? So is it 1 hit counts as 1 stack going out, and then coming back is another stack and does damage? Or is it just one time it hits and then that's it, and it just comes back and it could hit whoever it didn't hit? I'm curious. Like, I guess we'll see soon, hopefully. But yeah, that sounds good, but we can already tell that out of all the abilities, that one's going to probably have that, or Portal's going to probably have the highest cooldown, right? I'm thinking this is going to be the medium cooldown for that one. Portal's going to be the highest, and then Guardian Angel probably will have like the shortest because it's just a short time frame in terms of probably swapping characters. But yeah, actually no, since this is only attack, you would think that it wouldn't be too high, right? What do you think, Tiberius? You think about like a 10-second, 8 to 10 second cooldown for that?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So last but not least, we got,
because then before you even continue, I'm also thinking, because it's like even though we're talking about how great it is, like I'm pretty sure it's going to be it's probably going to come out slow and wide, so it'll be easy to dodge if you're looking for it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm expecting anyway.
Yeah, and it'll probably be low damage. I don't see it doing a lot of damage. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We might have a Maeve too, right? Where Maeve, her beam's the only thing that does damage, and it does super amount of damage. Maybe we have a Maeve too.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then people could start campaigning for Maeve and Azrael to get them. Oh, man. But, yes, supers. So we have 2 supers, right? We have Wing Blast, unleash a huge gust of wind that pushes enemies back and slows them briefly. And then we have Crystallis, which is enter a protective Crystallis that heals over time. After 4 seconds, if not destroyed, the Crystallis explodes. Double tap to also protect a nearby enemy. Alright, so Crystallis sounds interesting. Wing Blast sounds interesting. Crystallis seems like you just put yourself into, protective shield, a bubble, more or less, and then you self-heal, and then you break out, or you do it to a teammate to save them, put them in the Crystallis, and then you heal them. But but the interesting thing about it is, this is going to be pretty weird. Before we go to the other one, is so you play Kulif in the last time we played. You played Kulif before, right? Mm-hmm. And you remember some of the problems you were having with the shield because you never really played Kulif before in terms of how you applied the shield.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember how you applied the shield to yourself?
Yes.
How do you do it?
Double tap.
Exactly. But now, if you read Crystallis, what does it say? Double tap
to put on an ally.
Exactly. It's backwards.
That's going to be some confusion, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to it. Yeah, especially if you're in the mindset always of just hitting it one time to, in the fight, just hit it one time to, give somebody that ability to, and then you're like double tapping, maybe to save yourself, and it's like, oh crap, I better take you. Who's good? I took her out of the fight and put her in Crystallis, for no reason, So I think that's something mentally that, I'm sure people get over it quickly, but it's just something you have to condition yourself with when it comes to that. And Wing Blast sounds interesting. It sounds like something where, like, if somebody's on an objective or trying to turn something away, you could push them away, you could slow them. I the first thing I think of when I see Wing Blast, right?
What's that?
Jersey sink and pushing people off of the cliffs. That's the first thing. Or the Madison Square Garden one, right, where you take the big jumper that goes to the field in the middle. I forget the name of. It's like Madison Square or Madison something. It's basically based off of Madison Square Garden. I forget the name of the arena. But like how you have people who would jump up and you have Zero Cools who put up the wall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see them, doing Wing Blast and blowing them back. Yes. That'd be funny. Just to meme them. Because that's what people love, right? People love the meme supers, right? You got Mechos, Bubble, you got, you have Kulivs, Bamboozle, and now you have Wing Blast, right? Another meme super. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it has uses, right? It does have uses, right? But, yeah.
But when I first saw this right off the bat, I was like, when I first read the Wing Blast one, like I automatically thought like how it would help in like clutch situations, and I'm like, if you're playing like either one of the two modes, and if it's one of those real close games, like say it's collect and deliver, and it's one of those ones where it's like you're at the last couple ones, but like the team is your enemy team is basically they're putting the pressure on, and nobody can get to actually put the things in. So imagine you, while your team is trying to deliver that, you come down with Azrael, you hit them with the Wing Blast to push all of them back to give your person more time, but at the same time you throw a Void Wave out. So this is going to blow them away and slows them briefly. Yep. So then at the same time you throw the Void Wave out to hit them with that while they're being blown back. Unless it spreads them out super far apart from each other, and then like the wave comes back and hits them another time. Yeah, like that would be a nice clutch moment right there.
Exactly. Your double is slowing, you're healing because the Void Wave will put a stack on, and you're probably throwing Guardian Angel onto your ally who's fleeing.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. Trust me, there's some
nice
plays
combo,
that can be made.
Man.
Yeah, there's some nice plays that can be made. So maybe it's not a meme, but people are going to use it for memeing. But yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to play Azrael. I really, really can't wait to play this character. I think he sounds amazing, and it's a good addition, right? I think we have 4 tanks or 5 tanks, right? Let me see. I've got to do the math in my head. I think it's 4.
Yeah, we have 4 tanks.
We have 4 support, and now we have, what, 5 attack?
Do we?
Yeah, it's more attack.
Okay.
It's more attack. I'll real quickly take a look because, math is hard. Yeah, so we have 5. 5 with Cass being one of the latest ones at launch. One of the new characters that they showed us. And then we got Meko, which was the newest one, which brought them down to 4. And then we have Azrael for support. So it makes me wonder, is our next character going to be attack, or is it going to be another tank or support character, if we get another character, right? Or are they just going to go with the normal attack and then they'll build down? I didn't know if they were trying to even out. But the game is starting to build up a little bit. It's making me proud. I'm happy.
Now look at you guys, 17 characters.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, not 17.
Oh, no, it's not 17. Come on, man. This guy, man. 17 characters. Come on, they got 13. 12.
Hey, it's not a bad maths, man. All right.
17 characters. Cut it away. What game are you playing? Please, let me play that match.
My brain put an extra row in there, right?
Oh, man. So let's see something. I wonder. Okay. All right. I was hoping. So the thing, real quickly, before we talk about when we think it's coming out, I was hoping maybe since they updated the page, maybe from KNOE, if they changed his abilities, maybe they might have updated the page, in secret. But we don't know yet, if they're giving him new abilities or if they're just changing stat lines. Because it is a rework, so it could be anything. It could be anything. Reworks also make me believe that they're just going to change stat lines. I mean, change a lot of the actual abilities themselves. That's what I believe. But, all right, sir. Here comes the main question. When does Azrael come out? When does Azrael come out? Is it this week?
I'm expecting I'm expecting it all to drop on the Xbox show. Well,
Thursday.
It may not drop directly on the show, but I'm still expecting it to drop on the same day.
So you're looking at Thursday, not like Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So this is interesting, right? So this is a pretty big patch. We get a new map, we get a new character, a rework of an old character, which probably may wind up being a new character, depending on what changes Makuta gets. And we also get leaderboards, right? Please, Con, why don't be the Debbie Downer. I think we might need to see this until next week.
It's a possibility, but I'm going, like, one of the things I found interesting as well is like the way they premiered the character, and it's like they already have like when they were first teasing Cass and Meko.
Yeah.
Did they automatically have like an animated version for him up on the page, or her up on the page like that, or was it just a picture at that time?
Oh, Meko, I think Meko was there. Meko was there, and then they took him down.
Yeah, I remember the Meko thing was weird, but with Cass, did she have an automatic animated picture that
Well, it was kind of hard because it was kind of hard because Cass was during beta. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
It's kind of hard to. It was like during the beta, so the game wasn't really out, and they're like, oh yeah, and they had a silhouette of Cass, and they're like, oh yeah, here's Cass, and we're like, oh okay. But it was still during the beta. It was like the last 2 or 3 betas they put out Cass. It was when, I think, right when they did the PC betas when Cass came out, I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
I know also by reading his his goofy ass profile story.
Oh yeah,
it goes to show me that I should stop wanting for any sort of serious story out of this whatsoever. Like
please explain, because I didn't get a chance to read the bio. So
let's see. Let me just read one little small part.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's it at? A life of worldly thrills would follow, challenging death in all forms of adventure sports like cliff diving, chute chasing, sky surfing, monoboarding, base jumping, and more. The sky had become his playground. Like he had always dreamt of as a boy, A moment of reckoning. It was his destiny. He fought with artificial pride, and with extreme excuse me, and with the extreme endeavors and admiration from fellow himbos followed. So I was like, okay, it's some more goofy stuff in there, but I'm just like,
Okay.
okay. I know the himbo craze thing is big right now as well, and like a friend of mine who was into that actually put on her Twitter account that she feels like she's being called out. So I thought that was pretty funny. But
For real, interesting.
yeah, but I don't think I'm like if they do any sort of story now. I guess it has to be some sort of like Adult Swim, Rick and Morty type thing, like
Mm.
comedy, but with like splashes of seriousness here and there. Like I don't think I think I was thinking of the wrong thing when I was thinking a story mode campaign, basically.
But you can have, I mean, like even Tekken, which may have a somewhat, I guess, serious storyline, even though there's a lot of goofiness in it. You can still have that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're a
Yeah,
good point.
yeah.
Because the Tekken's goofy as hell, but it's like their story modes really hit hard sometimes, especially the most recent one. But
And
okay.
for those who don't know what a himbo is, it's basically a male bimbo. It's an attractive, unintelligent person, but in this case, since it's male, hence why I use him is an attractive, unintelligent male. So yes, that's where he comes with the himbo. But yeah, they did a pretty good job, man. Dude, this story is long. I gotta take a look at it. I didn't read it, but if it's as goofy as you say, it should be pretty fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, anything else you want to add for Azrael as before we move on and we shut
Uh,
everything down?
no, I
No.
was just gonna say one more thing. Once again, I like the design. I like the black and the gold trim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm and the suspenders thing. Like I thought that was pretty cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's very cool. I can't wait to see how he moves, animates, and plays.
Yes.
And once again, like I'm happy to see that the game is alive and we got a new character out of nowhere. And
Thank you.
I hope I hope maybe since they didn't reveal all their cards, if all those cards all come in one update, maybe we'll get surprised with a game mode as well. As much as we want rank, we probably have to hold off on that because the amount of players that are playing the game right now, rank would probably kill the game altogether.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like this is a good start.
The interesting thing though, when you looked at the tweet for it, it had 2.1 million likes on the tweet, which is very interesting, right?
2.1 thousand.
Thousand. I'm sorry. What did I say? Million? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Dude, we wish. We wish. Sorry. But yeah, 2.1 thousand likes. Oh man, you're funny. Yeah, I'm losing it. But yeah, for that I think was pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty healthy. Hopefully they come back.
Hopefully,
I
all
hope
2,000.1 of those likes actually hop on the game and play.
yes.
That would be nice.
Unless it's 2.1 thousand bots, walking
Or
back and forth.
2.1 thousand people thirst trapping over the character. Like,
Yep.
oh, he looks fucking hot. Like, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. So, yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that the character comes out this week. I would love to play this character Tuesday or Wednesday. But
Same.
maybe, like you said, maybe they have a nice little video coming up for this inside Xbox, and hopefully, it'll get people interested in playing. Like I said, if you do it next week, I think next week, even though I really want this character next week, works because this week, right now, we got the demos coming out, which starts
Good
tomorrow.
point. I keep forgetting about that.
You got all the
Yeah.
demos on the Xbox coming out, like the Steam summer sale. You had the summer of demos on the Xbox. You have, of course, the Xbox show. My prediction, like I said before, I think the Halo multiplayer, you're going to get a demo of the Halo multiplayer this week. Whether it's Thursday or not, I believe it's coming. So I think if for the diehards, who want it, trust me, I'm with you. Give it to us now. Give it to us now. But I don't want it to get drowned out, with all the other stuff and all the news and details. So that's why I was saying hopefully next week. But yeah, I want to get my hands on this now. I want to say thank you, Two Beers, for episode 3. I kind of wanted to get it out a little bit earlier. I really wanted to do it Thursday when this dropped, but real life stuff happens, and unfortunately,
we
didn't get to it till the weekend, unfortunately. But thank you for coming along, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
I hope everybody enjoys this video. Remember, do all that wonderful cringy stuff, like, subscribe, blah, 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 share with your friends, all that good stuff. At the end, for all those who don't know, I am going to put in a little bit of I guess you could say an ad for some of our other stuff. Me and Two Bears also, we do podcasting every Friday night on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/ARNGM, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then also Wednesday through Friday, we stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/ARNGM. Wednesday and Thursdays being our Bleeding Edge night. So yeah, definitely if you want to come out, play with us, talk with us, definitely come out. We could use the friends. For Bleeding Edge. And then usually Friday and Saturday. So Saturday's usually my variety game, and then Friday night's usually the podcast. So go ahead.
Trigger warning, we have a lot of fun on the podcast, but during heavy times with the news cycle the way it is now, it can get political from time to time. So if politics turn you off in any sort of way and you get triggered by them, you might want to ease into the show, or you might just want to avoid it altogether if you don't want anything to do with politics, because that's been happening more than a lot as of late.
Wow, dude, just shoot them down. Yeah, I would like to listen to that. Way to go!
Oh no, I don't want them to go there and get completely turned off. That's not their thing.
We cover everything from movies, TVs, a lot of video games, a lot of entertainment,
very
and
geek,
political here and there. Yep, geeky, yeah, podcast, and we have guests on all the time, and we have our other co-host GNS, who we usually play games with on Saturday nights. Usually, that's the group games when I'm not doing single player playthroughs. But I hope you all enjoy it. This upcoming preview will be from 2 episodes ago, and it will be for our, what we call the what the fuck of the week, the wow, where, like always in Florida, we get strange stories. So that'll be the preview for those who came to listen to Blue Edge. I appreciate you. I thank you. Until our paths cross again, remember, keep gaming, stay safe. Peace out, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all.
And the second thing is, at least it was just saliva.
Oh, God. Oh, why you say that? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, he could have went pure Shinji on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Cal says he's clearly a serial toe sucker.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
He has that vibe on him, about him.
He does.
No comments, Two Beards?
Oh, I thought we were still hearing
No, that's
GNS.
not you.
No, it's all you, sir.
I, for one, think he's telling the truth. Because
You devil's advocate ass.
You can't even say that with his straight face without laughing.
No, man. Like people be dropping their phones all the time, and all of a sudden feet be ending up in their mouth. I've seen it.
What, in porn?
Yeah, that is not a real life occurrence. Come on, now.
Oh my! I'm sorry, your big toes in my jaw. Now.
Are you saying you've done this?
No comment.
Are you saying? Yeah.